You will be influenced and you will become an influence.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
This weekend is a weekend of influence, that you will be influenced.
Amen.
Indeed, in Jesus. And why we do empowerment is just strictly about what Jesus said. He says, and when he was going, he gave gifts to men. He gave apostle, prophet, evangelist, then he gave pastors and teachers. Why was he giving those gifts? He said, so that the saints can be built up to the maturity in Christ, to the image of Christ, to mature in him, and for the work of the ministry. So meaning he wants to influence you. He's empowering people. He gave gifts to people so that those people in turn can empower you, so you can be useful, so you can step into your own ministry outside there in the world. So since we as Christians, people's eternal destination is hanging on us. So we can't just say, okay, let's just influence people and just be nice. It's not enough. We need to wake up and become an abyss. We need to wake up and begin to ask yourself, how can I make a difference in this world?
If you're going to have an impact for God, you have to know who you are. It helps you to understand what is at your disposal. When you know who you are, you know whose you are. When you know whose you are, you know what you have, what resources have been placed at your disposal. Let me tell you the problem that many people have. In the world, you have to do in order to become. You have to do something to become something. You have to go to university to become a doctor. You have to go to university to become a lawyer. But in God's kingdom, it's different. I am, so I do. You already are somebody. If only you understood who you are in God's eyes. You do because you know who you are. You don't do so that you can become who you expect to be. Amen. You need to begin to think the way God wants you to think. You see yourself as a son of the Most High. And then you can begin to do what God has called you to do. If you have an identity crisis, you're not going to be able to do what God wants you to do. Hallelujah. Amen. Gideon started with a poor sense of his identity, who he was in God. But by the time he was done with God, he was able to fight 185,000 men with just 300. Okay? God started by giving him a strong sense of who he was in God. And you need to know that. You need to know who you are. Intimacy with God is a key. I want to mispronounce the word intimacy to you. Intimacy. Into me you see. Okay. Because the more God can see into you, the more he will let you see into him. See, intimacy is a two-way street. If you are intimate with God, God can see into you. There's nothing hidden. Brethren, until we have intimacy with God, we're shooting breeze. We need to know him. And you see, it's easy to know about him. You can study that. You can study and know about God. But you can't know him until you give that precious thing called time. You've got to spend time with him. Whoever Jesus is to you is what he will be through you. Okay? If you, the more he is to you, the more he can be through you. If he is your healer, then he will heal through you. If he is your deliverer, then he will deliver through you. The extent to which he is your deliverer is the extent to which he will deliver through you. We are going to turn the world around. Shepherd's Place is going to be an instrument in God's hand, turning the city of The Hague around. But it's going to start when that revival hits you as an individual. When God begins to place in your heart a burden, and you have to be who you are. Just bring his principles, his values into wherever you find yourself. Bring his values. And you will see your world change. It's not lost for the world. My hope is in the Lord. I know he can turn it around. But I know that he's waiting for you and I. He's waiting for the saints, his saints, to become his vessels, his instruments to changing our society.